Okay, I'm going to do glazing. Well, it's actually not the right word, glazing. It's I'm using, instead of grout in between, I've decided to use this unsanded caulk, which will stay pretty rubbery and it's high quality. This is, we'll call it ungrouted. You can see the white between pieces of glass, and here I had already done this yesterday, and that was quite a bit because it's got a lot of different layers to it. They fit pretty tight, but there's some spaces which look, gives it some flow to it. So I need to get this one started. Get some rubber gloves on. Just run it down the edge. Run it down before it gets much of a chance to set up. You have a little bit of time. And this nice little rubber spatula here. The night is growing darker still. Take me with you this time. I'll forget all about those things you did. I'll forget all about those things you did. Forget all about those things you did. Yesterday, when I first started using this material, I hadn't really done it before for this. I was very careful, and probably was more careful than I needed to be, because I thought it might set up and get really hard to get off the glass, but it really wasn't. So I could have waited a little while, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm just running the seam along the edge. I don't have to worry about cleaning it right away. It will, with a little bit of moisture, a wet towel or sponge, I can get it off. But I wouldn't do the whole window. I would just do. Well, move as fast as you can. I want the lines to be as thin as possible. Sometimes you might want to build them up a little bit. I mean, if they were perfectly cut and ground, there wouldn't be any lines, but I like the shapes that I decided to make the glass, so this just kind of accentuates it a little bit. Certainly a much smaller line than any lead you'd ever use, but this is a whole different technique anyway. I like the different shapes, and the laminating with the Hixtal epoxy makes it very, very see-through, which we will see when I put it in the frame up in the window. On the table you can't tell because the light table is so flat. Okay. Get this excess off. Get a little bit more. This is easy compared to yesterday's. Those were all different heights. Those delicate little red pieces in between really thick blue pieces. It was pretty tough digging it out without making a mess. This is pretty straightforward. These were pretty much the same thickness. So just taking a little bit on the end of the spatula and rubbing it back and forth. And these edges are a little bit rolled, and in some cases they don't have a lot of colored glass on them. So this gives you the choice to cover that a little bit. And then you just have the richer colors. A lot of steps to this window. Seems ages ago that I cut the base glass, never mind weld the frame. That's almost a year ago. It's ridiculous. Yeah, with a little flow of permission to work on it for a while there. Probably good. I had other things to work on too, so. Alright, I think I'll stop for now. Get the sponge out. Got a bucket of water here. Got to wring it out really well. I don't want too much. While it's still a little bit moist, we'll get a clean paper towel and wipe it off. Yeah, so it's a very small line that's still showing. So I can't really call it grouting. That's what when I did these 30 years ago. Actually, two of them are 40 years old, and I'd use actually cement type grout that's sandy, and that's just not necessary because these aren't getting walked on. It's not like floors where you want like a cement base. This is more kind of rubbery, but it'll hold up. Not to dig into that one on the edge. Yeah, it looks good. I can always clean it up later or add more. And those white lines are now pretty much gone. I did hit that edge there. So I'll hit it again, add a little material. And this will be under the frame, stainless steel frame. And okay. I'll keep going. Move it down. Okay, get this side. spatula. Level it right out. This outside edge will be covered with the frame, but still want it to look nice now. Okay, scrape this off. Go into some of these joints. Yeah, this one's going to be a piece of cake compared to yesterday. Hey, just like cake. Got the spatula, a food thing. Now, a little bit more. And where the Hixtol epoxy oozed up, this feels like it's a little bit, I didn't quite scrape all this off. I'm going to get down into it a little bit. Hard to see that now. It's really, this was done over a week ago, so it's really hard now, but it's totally compatible with the expansion of glass. I mean, it doesn't harden and have a problem with the, it's very similar to the glass coefficient of expansion, I guess is the right word. Once things get heated and cooled, they kind of do it together. When I fuse glass, I have to be very careful to use glass that is compatible when you get up into those, especially when you're coming down into, after fusing, coming down through the annealing range. It really has to... Oh, okay, I'm going to get that.